festival of Samhain.
It's a Celtic word. It means the Lord of the Dead, the end of summer.
What is up, everyone? It is me, Samhain, today, and I am back with another review. And today we are going to look at the just released Trick or Treat Studios catalog for 2020. And I'll give you some commentary as we go through it. And we're going to specifically focus on things that are coming out for 2020. Now, we look at some other stuff too, but for the most part, we're going to be looking at stuff from 2020. It's almost like a second Christmas, or maybe a second Halloween, whatever. Hopefully, we're all really excited. So with that, let's get started. So first, we have the usual Trick or Treat Studios artwork here, and it's pretty good as always. Trick or Treat Studios, as you know. Oh, here we are, Halloween 1978 collection. We see the Shape, and I've done a review on that mask. Go ahead and check it out. It was called the 78 for a while, and people are probably still calling it that, but I guess it's actually called the Shape now. So I guess we'll, from here on out, refer to it as the Shape. And then the new one for 2020, which actually came out in 2019, and I've already done a review of this one too, is the Boogeyman. And if you notice, the eye cuts in the photo are a lot bigger. So I don't know if people who buy the mask now are going to get bigger eye cuts or not. I guess we'll wait and see if that's the case or not. But yeah, the eye cuts are definitely bigger. I'm okay with my eye cuts on mine the way they are, but you know, everyone's a little different. Obviously, it's probably more screen accurate to have them cut bigger, but it's also probably more screen accurate to have them closer together like the Shape does. So there's that. And they also have the H1 light up pumpkin, and I've done a review of that. And they seem to have a foam knife from the first Halloween here that is new for 2020. I don't know if that's the same as the H2 one or not. Yeah, I would say it probably is. So it looks like the Halloween 2 foam knife will now be known as the Halloween 1 foam knife, or just the Halloween foam knife. Some more Halloween 1 stuff. Halloween 2, here we are. I'm glad they're keeping this line around, by the way, because I really like this line. And actually, in my personal opinion, I really like the H2 sculpt the best out of all of the Myers that they've done so far, including the Boogeyman, which I do like a lot, but I think there's just something a bit more sinister about that Halloween 2 mask. I know it's the same one that they used in the first movie, but something about the way it fit on Dick Warlock just makes it look a lot more sinister, especially when the shadows hit it. I did also notice that the picture in the catalog now of the H2 Deluxe is a bit more honest and accurate as opposed to the one they used originally. But for the Blood Tears, it appears they are still using the original photo rather than the more accurate one. Halloween 3, new for 2020. We have a Santa Mira, Home of Silver Shamrock Novelty sign. So I'm guessing this one is new, this one here, because this one they had out last year. So I'm guessing this sign here is going to be a new one. Will be interesting to see what it looks like when people start getting them. Halloween 4, do you notice anything here? Oh, there's a poster mask in there. Check that out. Now that's interesting because this mask here was actually Halloween 2 Hospital Mask, it was originally called. And I guess they're going to use it as the poster mask. If you know the history of this mask a little bit, it's actually made from a night owl maniac, or that's what it's supposed to be. And that mask is supposed to be the cover of Halloween 4, which is this mask and not this mask, which was actually used in Halloween 4. So go ahead and wrap your head around that one if you can. But to me, this is the look of Michael Myers. This is it. And this is the original picture here. And that's, I believe, Dick Warlock wearing the mask there. And so far, I don't really think any mask I've ever seen just comes close to that mask, that original 1978 mask. I don't know. You know, when they make masks, a lot of them are really unique. They have different sculpts on them. The paint jobs sometimes come out a little bit different. Even the older original vintage ones are kind of like that. And I do kind of feel the one that they actually used in the first movie, Halloween 1978, It just has an original scary look to it that can't be duplicated. So there's that, and they do have a new knife. It doesn't say that it's foam, so it might be plastic like the other ones, but anyway, that's new for 2020. Halloween 5 and H2O and Halloween Resurrection. Same stuff that they've had around, looks like. Then, of course, we have 2018 in the accessories that come with that. It doesn't look like there's anything new for that, so we'll go ahead and move on here. Halloween Kills. Have you noticed something? Or maybe not noticed something? Because, there's nothing there to notice. So yeah, a little disappointed that we haven't got a good look at a Halloween Kills mask yet, but maybe we'll get one here shortly. We'll see. Now, one thing a lot of people were hoping for, but we didn't quite get yet, was the Rob Zombie Halloween series. It hasn't made its appearance in the catalog yet, but according to the guys on michaelmyers.net, the masks will be up for pre-order this summer, probably around the same time they give us a look at the Halloween Kills mask. If you want more information on that, go to michaelmyers.net and go to the forum and check out the general discussion there. So up next now we have something that everybody was really anticipating and very excited about, and that is the Universal Monsters line that Trick or Treat Studios will now be producing. And you can see they have the Karloff Frankenstein, the Glenn Strange Frankenstein's monster from House of Frankenstein, the creature from the Black Lagoon, Ardith Bay, and Imhotep. And if you know anything about the Universal Monsters movies, then you know all about who these characters are. And it looks like these are pretty good copies of them. We'll see what they look like when people actually get them. And they also have the makeup kit too. They have a bride makeup kit. I kind of wish they would have released a bride mask also, but it is what it is. We're pretty happy with what they have coming out. They have the Wolfman, and they have these phantom masks that have been around for a while. They also have the Dracula medallion coming out and the makeup for that, and the Dracula cape as well, the replica. So maybe check those out. I've seen a couple reviews of those phantom masks also, and I thought they looked really good. I'd love to pick up that green one sometime. So while we're on this subject, let's go ahead and scroll down and take a look at these Universal Monsters ornaments that are new for 2020. And as you can see, these look really cool. Really, really cool. Kind of wish they would have had a Mask of the Invisible Man too. But the ornaments look pretty cool if you want to make yourself a horror tree for Christmas, or if you just want to make yourself a Halloween tree. And the Hammer series. Now before, the only thing they had, I believe, was the Mummy. Christopher Lee played the Mummy as well as Dracula in the Hammer horror series. So now they've got the Dracula from that series. They also have the Reptile and the Monster from Hell, which of course is from Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell. So if you know anything about the Hammer horror series and you like that, you should be pretty excited about this. Some pretty cool stuff coming out. This one is pretty interesting. I used to really watch Scooby-Doo a lot when I was little. I'd come home from school and Scooby-Doo would be on at 4 p.m. followed by The Real Ghostbusters at 4:30 p.m. way back in that Stone Age known as 1987. So I'm pretty excited about this line too. I wish maybe they had a few more characters coming out with it also, but this is definitely a good start. So we'll give them a chance. Maybe they'll have some more masks coming up. A Nightmare on Elm Street masks. Got Freddy's Revenge, Springwood Slasher, the Dream Master, and you've got 4 different versions of the glove. From the Revenge, from the Dream Warriors, and the Dream Master, as well as the Springwood Slasher. So you should be pretty happy if you are a Nightmare on Elm Street fan, because there's a lot of that stuff coming out. And it appears we have a new factory sign from Good Guy Collection, the Chucky Child's Play Collection. This one is new for 2020. It is a Play Pals metal sign. That's something new to look into if you're trying to add something else to your Chucky collection. For Child's Play 2, we have the Chucky Skull, which is new for 2020. Seed of Chucky. Looks like this whole line is new for 2020. We'll see what happens with those when they come out. I know some people were waiting on these dolls and very excited about them, so we'll see what happens when they come out. As long as we're on the Chucky section, let's go ahead and scroll down and take a look at these all brand new ornaments for 2020. And these are really cool. I'm absolutely digging that Bride of Chucky bust there. And the Tiffany one as well. Man, I'd really like to get one of those for a Halloween tree. So that should definitely appeal to you Child's Play fans, so check them out. But we're going to skip right down here to Motel Hell, the pig mask. That looks really cool. If you've ever seen that movie, I kind of like that movie, so real excited about that one. Now we'll get to They Live, and it looks like they have an Obey Metal sign coming out for 2020. And that one looks really cool. I mean, forget about Halloween. I would just like to have that sign, period. And if you've never seen this movie, you definitely got to check it out, especially in light of some of the things that have been going on the past few decades, you know. Really interesting movie, love it. Hopefully this sign is really cool too. Next we'll move down to CREEPSHOW the series. Now I am a huge fan of the first two movies. You know, the original ones, the ones everybody loves. I have not been able to check out the series. So, you know, after seeing these masks, I really got to go check it out for sure. I don't know how this one slipped by me, but you know, it's like the older you get, the less stuff you remember and the less stuff you notice. But I'm definitely going to check it out after seeing this. So now back to the original CREEPSHOW movies, and looks like we have a fluffy bust coming out that is new for 2020. So if the mask doesn't excite you enough, I mean, geez, look at that mask, man, it is insane. I love that. And of course you got Harry and Becky too. They are not new for 2020, but I believe that they came out in 2019. Last year. So these are kind of new masks too, and I do remember seeing them at Crypt Keeper's Halloween Emporium. In fact, I have a video on that, a little short tour through Crypt Keeper's Halloween Emporium in Centerline, Michigan. Great independent Halloween store. If you're ever in that area in Michigan, be sure to check them out. They have some really cool stuff that you just can't really find anywhere anymore. Really high quality Halloween stuff, so definitely check that out. We also have the Shining series, and new for 2020 is Roger the Dogman. If you don't know who he is, he was in the novel of The Shining, and he was also featured at the end of the film where Wendy starts seeing more of the ghosts. And he appears kind of at the end. It looks like he's, you know, being what we would call now a furry. So I'm not going to go beyond that. You just go ahead and check out the movie and the novel. And good luck with you. But anyway, that looks pretty cool. That's coming out. Seems like they should have the whole costume with it though, not just the mask, but that's just my opinion. So while we're on this subject, might as well check out the Flasher Gremlin puppet, and that is new for 2020. I believe that is from Gremlins 2 though, so it says here that it's the first movie, Gremlins, but you know, it's all part of the series, so I guess that's okay. And they, of course, have the original Gremlin puppets with it also. So next up, we have a sign replica from one of my favorite movies, and probably my second favorite movie after Halloween 1978. And that replica sign is of the No Swimming Beach Closed sign. And I always like this scene a lot because Chief Brody says to let Polly, who is the secretary, do the printing. And Hendrix is mildly offended by that, and he kind of says, what's the matter with my printing? And if you know about him, he is played by Jeffrey Kramer and also makes an appearance in Halloween 2 as the dentist, who was tasked with identifying the burned remains of the hapless Ben Tramer. So that just about wraps up this review and commentary of the new Trick or Treat Studios catalog for the year 2020. If you want to check out the catalog yourself, the full thing in detail, it's available on the Trick or Treat Studios website. Just go to trickortreatstudios.com and download the catalog. Should be right at the top on the page banner. So go ahead and check that out, and be sure to hit subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of my videos and reviews, because I will definitely have more in the future. So thanks for tuning in, all you trick-or-treaters, and I will see you again soon.